2018 comes to a close, we choose not to look back on all the accomplishments from this past year, but rather look towards the future, embracing where life is taking us and looking excitedly forward to the challenges and rewards to come.
I'm looking forward to graduating and starting my PhD here at NC State, focusing in digital signal processing.
I'm graduating with my master's degree in electrical engineering, and I'm looking forward to my PhD work where we are researching engineering techniques to find certain tolerance responses to stresses that plants have.
I'm looking forward to graduate and then moving on to work for NAVAIR as an electronics engineer for H-53 helicopter systems.
I'm looking forward to once again working with our outstanding students and faculty as they continue to create the future. Thank you. Please be seated. My name is Dan Stansel, and as head of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering It's my pleasure to welcome you to the December 2018 ECE Commencement Ceremony. It's also my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Dr. Windsor Alexander. Dr. Alexander is Professor Emeritus of Electrical and Computer Engineering at NC State. In addition, he has served at NC State University as Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, and Chair of the Department of Electrical Engineering. Before joining academia, he worked at Sandia Laboratories and was also a captain in the U.S. Air Force. Dr. Alexander received a BS degree in electrical engineering from NC and master's and PhD degrees from the University of New Mexico. He is co-author of a textbook on digital signal processing and has published widely in the areas of parallel computation and computer architectures for digital signal processing. Dr. Alexander has received numerous awards, including the Dr. Janice A. Lumpkin Educator of the Year Award from the National Society of Black Engineers in 2000, and the Presidential Award for Excellence in Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Mentoring from the White House Office of Science and Technology and the National Science Foundation in 1998. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Windsor Alexander.
To Dr. Stansel, to platform guests, to the ECE graduates, and members and family members and guests of the graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor for me to be given the opportunity to speak to the graduating ECE students at this fall's commencement. I'm sure that this is an exciting time for all of you, and I consider it a challenge to be able to say something that would attract your attention through that excitement. First, I want to congratulate all the ECE graduates. Your graduation is a great achievement, whether you're receiving a BS degree, an MS, or a PhD. I feel confident that now you're anxiously contemplating starting a new job or proceeding to further your study for an advanced degree. I have read an article that encouraged students to develop their soft skills. As you go through your engineering program, you develop technical skills related to the discipline. So I feel confident because NC State is a great university and the EC department is a great department that you have mastered those technical skills and are ready to move forward with your career. This article on soft skills was related to the other things that would help you in your career if you were to learn them. It's generally accepted that degrees and credentials are important for obtaining a job in industry or to continue to graduate school to obtain an advanced degree. However, soft skills are often of equal importance in determining an individual's success in their career, whether it's in industry, academia, or research. Now, there were 10 of the top soft skills that industry looks for were listed in this article. So generally, I agree with those, but I wanted to discuss those that I think are most important for engineering graduates and their future careers. And one of I think the most important one is communications. In communications, I mean the ability to articulate thoughts and ideas clearly in written form or oral form to individuals who have similar backgrounds as well as individuals who have different backgrounds. And this is an important skill whether you have an industrial career, research, or academic career. It relates to effective public speaking and the ability to express ideas to others in memos, letters, research reports, and research papers. Another soft skill is organization. Planning and effectively implementing projects and work tasks for yourself or others is an important soft skill. It's often related to saving money for industry or the effective implementation of a research project, etc., if you're in a research career. Another soft skill is critical thinking and problem solving. The exercise of sound reasoning to analyze issues, evaluate solution alternatives, and make decisions to solve problems. The ability to effectively obtain, interpret, and use knowledge, facts, and data in this process. Critical thinking and problem solving may demonstrate originality and inventiveness. In your career, in your academic career, most often you were given a problem and you were also given a solution procedure to solve that problem. In your professional career, problems will arise and there's no solution procedure. So the approach is often to assess, to accumulate all the information related to the problem, evaluate that information with the potential of solving the problem, generate trial solutions, and evaluate those solutions to see which one is the best. And this is an important skill, and maybe you've learned that, maybe you've not, but it's important to you in your career, and it should pursue it. Adaptability. The ability to effectively use digital technology in research to search for information, to solve problems, and to search for information facts is an important skill for success in academia, in the industry, or a research career. The ability to adapt to evolving digital technology is also important due to the rapid development of new technological tools for search, documentation, and preparation. I graduated from North Carolina A&T State University in 1964. And this is 2018, so you can imagine the difference in technology between now and then. And I'm retired now, but I was a professor of electrical and computer engineering. And during those changes in technology, I had to learn that new technology and then master it enough to teach it to students and mentor them as they go on to get their graduate degrees. So learning and being able to adapt is really an important soft skill if you're going to be having a career in engineering. And leadership. I don't mean being a boss, but leadership involves leveraging the strengths of others to achieve common goals. It includes the use of interpersonal skills to coach and develop others. It includes the use of emphatic skills to guide and motivate others. It includes the ability to assess and manage one's emotions and those of others to achieve common goals. It includes the ability to organize, prioritize, and delegate the work of others to achieve common goals. And one of the leadership attributes is to be able to disagree with someone without getting that person angry, or going to a meeting and not just try to get your ideas across, but to evaluate the ideas of everyone else in the room and objectively determine what is the best approach to the solution of the problem and then present that to the group. That's the leadership skills. Professional work ethic, the demonstration of personal accountability and effective work habits such as punctuality, working productively with others, time workload management are all important to professional success. The demonstration of integrity and ethical behavior is also important to professional success. Career management includes the ability to identify and articulate one's skills, let's write your resume effectively, or CV, strengths and knowledge and experiences to make it relevant to one's career goals or desired professional position. When you get to go look for a job, or if you already have a job, maybe it's the next time, the idea is to determine what the company is looking for an employee. And as much as you can, turn yourself into what the company is looking for, which means an assessment and management of your career goals. It includes the ability to understand and take steps necessary to pursue opportunities relative to one's career goals. And sometimes it means the ability to recognize when an opportunity exist, and if you're ready for that opportunity. I think of it in terms of opportunities are going by every day, and the person who ends up successful are the ones who recognize that opportunity and reach out and grab it effectively by managing their career. Global intellectual fluency. Global intellectual fluency, including valuing the respective diverse cultures, races, ages, genders, sexual orientations, and religions. It includes the demonstration of openness, inclusiveness, sensitivity, and the ability to interact respectfully with all people and understand individual differences. So finally, I want to remind and encourage you to stay in touch with the ECE department and with NC State University. You can stay in touch through ECE Alumni Network, through the NC State University Alumni Association, Advancement Services, the Wolfpack Club, etc. And I'm sure NC State University would not feel any objections to you providing a financial donation. So thank you very much, and enjoy being a graduate of NC State University.
Hi, my name is Greg Bird. I'm the Associate Department Head, and it's my pleasure to introduce our student speaker for today. Ms. Kayla Peterson is graduating cum laude in electrical engineering today. While at NC State, Kayla has been involved in the NCSU Marching Band and Color Guard, the ECE Student Ambassador Program as Secretary and Committee Chair. She's received the SMART Scholarship from the Department of Defense, studied abroad at Swansea University in Wales, and interned with NavAir at the Marine Corps Air Station at Cherry Point. In her spare time, she enjoys snowboarding, spending time with family and friends, and finding new places to explore. After graduation, she will go back to NavAir, working as an electrical engineer with Sikorsky H-63 helicopters. Please welcome Ms. Kayla Peterson.
Thank you, Dr. Bird. It's a little odd to be on this side of graduation instead of volunteering with the other student ambassadors like I normally would be doing. The last time I was here, I was a student marshal, helping to herd the students to the photo booth and then back to their seats. I got to watch the excitement and happiness on everyone's faces as they walked around pretty much in a daze. I was also lucky enough to be able to see so many of my friends walk across this very stage, and now a lot of those same friends are up in the arena to watch us here today. And with that, I would like to extend an immense thank you to all the friends and family of all the students here today. We are here in part by your support. I would also like to extend a huge thank you to the ECE professors, faculty, and staff who have taught us, supported us in our academics and career paths, and lent us their wisdom. Thank you to the ECE department as a whole for the many opportunities offered to us to further ourselves and really become the best versions we could be. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to the student volunteers that have been helping our guests and students today. This graduation would not be pulled off without them. Y'all, we made it! Congratulations to every single one of you, whether you are graduating with a bachelor's, a master's, or a PhD, you did it. And graduation has had me thinking about the journey towards today and the rest of the road ahead. I've been thinking back to when I entered NC State as a freshman, which feels like a century ago. I had no idea what to expect in college, let alone what to expect with an engineering degree. I came in knowing no one. I had a random roommate, and I I didn't even know what engineering discipline I was going to choose. But most of all, I was really not ready for Calc 1 at 8:30 in the morning. For me, freshman year was 4.5 years ago, and those years have been filled with so much. They were filled with late nights in Hunt Library and in the lobby of Engineering Building 2, as well as late nights cheering on the Wolfpack in Carter Finley Stadium. They were filled with coda attempts, and that included more than one for me. But there were also some really great friends. And thanks to our student ambassadors, the last couple semesters were filled with puppies. The road to where we are now hasn't always been straight and narrow. There have been speed bumps, unpaved areas, and sometimes we've even taken a few stops along the way. And not everyone has taken the same route to get here either. Some of us started on a different road altogether before switching lanes. Some of us took a slight detour, and some took the scenic route. But no matter which road you took to get here, I like to think of it as an adventurous road trip filled with some good navigators riding shotgun, some backseat drivers whose driving advice may or may not be as helpful as they think it is, and lots of caffeine. But at least for now, our road trip days are done, and we're looking towards the future. And looking out at this crowd here today, I think it's gonna be a bright one. The now engineers sitting before you are the next generation of electrical and computer engineering. We are the creators of the next generation of our power grid, the next best computer processor, the next spacecraft that will take humans to Mars. It will be us who are gonna pursue the crazy ideas with a drive and motivation to make a difference in our world. We are the future of ECE, and I have no doubt that it will be a great one. And so, I wish everyone the very best on the next chapter of your lives. And always remember that you have a family here with the Wolfpack, no matter the distance or time that has passed. You are all a part of a strong and supportive community of great and like-minded people who run together as strong as the Wolfpack. Go out into the world, never stop learning, and remember to always think and do. Go Pack.
So we'll now move toward the recognition of degrees. We'll start with the PhD graduates. PhD is the highest degree awarded by the university. It requires the graduate to demonstrate a contribution to knowledge in their field, and you can read the titles of their dissertation in the program. So they'll also be receiving their doctoral hood by their advisor or a member of their committee. Faisal Azam, advisor Veena Misra. Now you go.
Sorry about that.
Richard Byron Bedingfield, advisor Subhashish Bhattacharya. Ritwik Chattopadhyay, advisor Subhashish Bhattacharya. Gonzague Henri, Advisor Ning Lu. Alexander Koryachko, Advisor Kranos Williams. Mang Liao, Advisor Aranya Chakraborty. Islam Sayed, Advisor Salah Bader. Zhao Wan, Advisor Iqbal Hussain. Tiansong Wong, Advisor James Tuck. Zhao Wang, Advisor Paul Franzon. Let's have a round of applause for all of our PhD graduates. We'll now start with the master's degrees, and I should say that the graduate degrees are being handed out by Dr. Ginger Yu, Associate Director of Graduate Programs. Tyler Jesul. Jacob Dean. Hyunsuk Cho. Satish Ringarajan. Valyapan Mudukaropan. Semi Isaac. Justin Peter Reyes. Alexander Zhigosh Nowinski. Jacob Taylor. Eli Dwayne Buckner. Benjamin Wagner. Jonah Ferris. Yangxi Zhu. Caitlin Yingling. Praveen Jayakumar. John Jefferson III. Dawal Dedia. Chinmay Datar. Dimant Prabhu Hejamadi. Sugan Rangarajan Subhash Chandar. And now those were Masters of Electrical Engineering and now Masters in Electric Power Systems. Priya Raghuraman. Akshay Anantaraman. Master of Science in Computer Engineering, Satish Kumar Tirukavaluri. Veera Kumar Natarajan. Jiang Nguyen. Ryan Edward McElfresh. Suryar Rashid. Mayuresh Deshpande. Akshay Naram. Mona Harakumar. Stephania Matthew. Mirnaz Sadigian. Ajay Paul Singh Dillon. Damandeep Saini. David Pryor. And Master Degree in Computer Networking, Nitesh Suresh Sewani. Rishabh Jain. Ashlesha Atre. Madhura Bide. Sayili Kamat. Arpita Sakihuja. Divya Puja Vitonde. Sinduri Devarakonda. Pratik Shinde. Gokul Yelchuru. Ishan Patel. Wanchin Lu. Omar Chadid. Michael Patel. So a round of applause for all of our master's degree graduates. Our bachelor's degree will be given by Ms. Cecilia Townsend, our Director of Undergraduate Advising. First, the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Kayla Lynn Peterson. Erica Tibbs Duncan. Elizabeth Lane Anderson. Carolina Zhang. Bo Peter Brackman. Daniel Alex Uckman. Paul Donald Galeazzi. Kobe Jordan Heath. Jemis Hitesh Kumar Patel. Hunter James Heinbach. Matthew Diego Sonnenberg. Timothy Adam Sonnenberg. Gabrielle Elisa Topalian. Haisho Xiong. Colin M. Hanchi. Aiden Miles Burke. Robert Andrew Bejoles. Brian Lynn Oakley. Andrew Kyle Lockerbie. Antoine Hezekiah Butler. Devin McKinley Ray. Aaron M. Carter. Christopher Thomas Culpepper. Eric Todd Gross. Spencer David Llewellyn. Jordan Jacob Case. Anthony William Popo. Maxwell Cordray Robbins. Henry Thomas Collins. James Thomas Wagner. And now bachelor's degrees in computer engineering. Alexander Iber Arlt. John Joash Ravi. Jonathan Russell Pierce Pittman. Brandon K. Nagy. Ryan N. Smith. Daniel Frank Schaefer. Stephen Warren May. Austin Clark Flint. Benjamin H. Tang. Akash Akiyangaudi. Logan Blaine Kirkland. David Hostetler. Douglas Keith Townsend. Max Fillmore Chandler. Alexander David Malone. Sean Scott Riley. Kevin Jenneret. Zachary Cameron Fernside. Charles Hood. Daniel Ray Curl. Bhavika Patel. Omar Safori. Lei Shi. Mark Celestini. Maxwell Reed Blackington. Evan Christopher Noble. Cicely Elise Sadler. Christophe Jean-Michel Brown. William Thomas Shaw. Stephen Alexander Hack. Duncan Charles Winnet. Samuel Mays. Kalen Christopher Lewis. Taylor Jordan Asher. Guthrie M. Shriver. Andrew John Gross. Mark Yee Johnson. Matthew Christian Amar. Jessica C. Hardison. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our Bachelor of Science graduates. So now I want to recognize some students graduating with honors. As I call your name, please hold your applause to the end because there are a lot of names that I'm going to call. Please either stand up or if you're over there in line for pictures, just raise your hand or something. Okay. So those graduating with cum laude, those are graduates with GPAs of 3.25 to 3.49. Again, I'm going to call all the names out. Please, we'll give them a round of applause when I finish. Matthew Christian Amar, Christophe Jean-Michel Brown, Antoine Hezekiah Butler, Max Fillmore Chandler, Austin Clark Flint, Nicholas Anthony Gallo, Stephen Alexander Hack, Kobe Jordan Heath, Stephen Warren May, Megan O'Connor, Kayla Lynn Peterson, Cicely Elise Sadler, Omar Safori, William Thomas Shaw, Benjamin H. Tang, and Carolina Zhang. And those graduating magna cum laude, this with GPAs from 3.5 to 3.74. Christopher Thomas Culpepper, Pei Jie Zhu, Forrest C. DeVita, Daniel Frank Schaefer, Samuel Mays, Dilip Badveli, Sean Scott Riley, Duncan Charles Winna, Kevin Generet, Stephen Alexander Lilly, Andrew Kyle Lockerbie, Spencer David Llewellyn, and Daniel Ray Curl. And those graduating summa cum laude, these are students that achieved a grade point average of 3.75 and above. Kevin Allen Akin, Alexander Iber Arlt, Mark Celestini, Henry Thomas Collins, Zachary Cameron Furside, Charles Hood, Gregory Gian Hugh, Mark Yee Johnson, Evan Christopher Noble, John Joash Ravi, Maxwell Cordray Robbins, Matthew Diego Sonnenberg, Timothy Adam Sonnenberg, Douglas Keith Townsend, Derek Austin Wood, and Hai Jiao Xian. Thank you all. And finally, we'd like to recognize our Outstanding Senior Awards. These are our students that are graduating with a 4.0 average. So again, please stand up as I call your name. Kevin Allen Akin, Mark Celestini, Zachary Cameron Fernside, Mark Yee Johnson, John Joash Ravi, Douglas Keith Townsend. Well done and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Bird. Graduates, it's taken years of hard work and accomplishment to reach this milestone. However, in addition to hard work, I suspect the support of family and friends has also been crucial to your success. If you are a family member or a friend of one of the graduates, please stand and let's all give them a round of applause. Thank you, and as you may imagine, a complex event like this doesn't happen with a lot of leadership and behind-the-scenes work. I would like to particularly recognize our team of student volunteers, our ambassadors, our staff who are helping out, but in particular the leadership of Elizabeth New, Charles Hall, Jan Brock, and Trudy Brown. If you would just raise your hand or stand, and let's give it, and if all of you are, and if you're one of the staff or students helping too, either stand or raise your hand if you're already standing. That's what, yeah, thanks. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I suspect you may have heard that quote. This line from Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book a time or two since you've come to NC State. Am I right? Maybe? Yeah. It projects a vivid image from which we can draw parallels with our work as engineers. Okay, perhaps cheesy parallels, but parallels nevertheless. And I offer my apologies in advance to all of the English literature teachers who are here today. As I was saying, we can draw parallels, but as with all illustrations, it does have its limits. Let me explain. Addressing significant societal problems with engineering solutions almost always requires a team approach. One key reason, of course, is that rarely does a lone wolf possess all of the multidisciplinary knowledge and skills that such solutions require. Our senior design course is structured around teamwork for precisely this reason. On the other hand, teams will not work unless each member brings some special competence to the group. So your preparation as an engineer has involved times of intense personal study as well as teamwork. This personal study and hard work have brought you to the point where you have valuable skills and perspectives to offer a team. So it's not so much of a stretch to see how Kipling's quote could be interpreted in the context of engineers working in teams. But what do we make of the fact that every team member is a wolf? Apart from having different roles or expertise, is it a good idea for every team member to be like every other team member? A 2015 McKinsey report, Diversity Matters, looked at the financial performance of 366 public companies and compared this to the diversity of their top management and boards. Their findings were striking. Companies in the top quartile for racial and ethnic diversity are 35% more likely to have financial returns above their respective national industry means. Companies in the top quartile for gender diversity are 15% more likely to have financial returns above their respective national industry medians. In the United States, there is a linear relationship between racial and ethnic diversity and better financial performance. For every 10% increase in racial and ethnic diversity on the senior executive team, earnings before interest and taxes rise 0.8%. So instead of a team of all wolves, we would be better off with a pack of all different kinds of animals, a menagerie. However, I suspect the line would not have been quite as memorable if Kipling had written, The strength of the menagerie is the individual, and the strength of the individual is the menagerie. But if we don't insist on being so literal, perhaps we can still make the analogy work. Maybe being a wolf can be taken to mean that all of the members share the same goals or vision, or share some common experiences. It is in this sense that all of us are part of the NC State Wolfpack family. The more diverse we are, the more impact we will have on the world. But we share the common experience of hard work in this place, both individually and in teams. And we share the common vision of using what we have learned to make the world a better place. So we arrive at the inescapable conclusion that Kipling was thinking specifically of NC State ECE when he penned the words, "For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack." That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. In closing, I want you to know that our success is intertwined from this point forward. So it's very important that we stay in touch, as Dr. Alexander had mentioned at the beginning. The success of the ECE department will increase the value of your degree, and your success will enhance the stature of the department. This symbiotic relationship is important to us both. And with regard to keeping in touch, I can also attest to the fact that there are few things that professors enjoy more than hearing from former students. So with that, I'm happy to conclude our ceremony. Let's hear it one more time for the class of December 2018. I would like to ask everyone to remain seated while the faculty recesses, and then I would like to ask our guests to remain seated while the graduates recess, and then I wish all of you a wonderful evening with family and friends. Thank you.